Welcome to the fifth episode of Investing Sense. In the second episode of Investing Sense, we had discussed in detail about 10 reasons to consider investing in ITC. ITC seems to be extremely focused in growth and in increasing profit margins. And here is a good news for ITC. ITC has emerged as the largest FMCG company in food sector. And this news reinforces the efforts by the company. In this video, we are relooking at what has helped ITC in achieving this feat. I would like you to go through this video completely as I am discussing many minute details about strategies of ITC, especially towards the end of this video. You may find it difficult to get these information from other sources. Please look at the table on the screen with domestic sales figure of FMCG companies in food space in first 9 months of the year till September 2023. ITC has jumped from the 4th spot in the same period last year to emerge as topper. Earlier, Adani Wilmar was leading the charts but was affected by drop in edible oil prices. What has aided ITC in this achievement? 1. Premiumization. What has changed in the outlook of Indian customers in the last few years? Indians has shifted from value buying to buying differentiated high-end products. This trend is visible among different product groups. Indians are preferring SUVs above 10 lakh rupees and smartphones above 30,000 rupees. And this change is now visible in FMCG sector as well. In India, rural population is around 64% and urban population is around 36%. But rural areas are contributing only 40% to the FMCG consumption and the rest 60% are contributed by urban population. FMCG brands like HUL, Britannia, etc. as part of their strategy were focusing on rural sectors. These companies expected to grow their revenues through penetration and by bringing more customers in their ambit. But ITC has analyzed this situation in a very different angle. The per capita FMCG consumption in urban areas is almost 1.5 times to 2 times that of the national average. And ITC has a strategy called ITC Next, where they analyze the evolving consumer trends and develop a product portfolio according to that. I will take one example of dark fantasy biscuits under Sunfeast brand. Sunfeast brand started for biscuits in the year 2003. ITC has noticed that Indians going abroad comes back with chocolates, cookies and shirts. They identified that there is an absence of a premium cookie brand in India. But affordability is a question for Indians. When ITC had to take a decision on what to invest, the logical solution was to invest in glucose biscuit for the masses and let Indians rely on premium cookies from abroad. But ITC decided to go against this logic. In 2005, they introduced premium dark fantasy biscuits costing 5 rupees per biscuit and advertised it with pure indulgence as the theme. ITC chairman Mr. Sanjeev Puri in a recent interview stated that people questioned ITC when they started a 100-ton capacity plan for biscuit and now they have expanded the plant capacity to 3,000 tons. ITC believe that Indians will follow the trends abroad and they increasingly premiumize their product portfolio. More than 33% of ITC products are allocated for premium products in packaged foods and beverages, personal care and agarbattis. ITC's competitors, HUL has lesser allocation of products in premium category than ITC. ITC gained the real benefit of this strategy after COVID. COVID is a trend changer in FMCG business in many ways. Before COVID, FMCG sales in villages were growing at twice the rate of growth in cities. After COVID, erratic monsoon and inflation has taken a toll on rural income. As wages came under stress, rural customers opted for local brands and cheaper products. In 2023, rural FMCG growth was 6% year on year in July 2023, but it was 8% in cities. The urban customers are preferring high-end products now. As ITC was growing revenues this year, the performance of its competitors like Britannia and HUL are not that encouraging. Let me show you another example of how premiumization works. Ashirvad brand is providing different variants of flours like gluten-free flour, multi-millet mixes and ragi flours, etc. Compare its prices with basic atta. Introducing premium product will increase revenue for ITC and profit margins will also follow the trend. In addition, there are other factors driving this revenue growth. ITC has been aggressive in launching new products. ITC has been introducing over 100 new products every year in the market for some years now. Another reason for this revenue growth is increase in atta prices. Erratic weather conditions like unseasonal rain and heat wave have adversely affected wheat production, and in recent months wheat prices have surged. Thankfully, the wheat production was higher in 2023 compared to last year but was lower than estimates. As Ashirvad is major contributor to food business revenue of ITC, increase in wheat prices increased the sales revenue of food business for ITC. Most of the products in ITC's diverse portfolio also experience growth. In addition to Ashirvad, other brands have registered good growth. Sunfeast has registered 11% growth. Bingo had registered 20% growth in this calendar year. ITC's core brands such as Ashirvad Atta, Sunfeast Biscuit and Bingo has huge headroom to grow, and ITC is scaling them up. As discussed in my previous video on ITC, ITC is a relatively new entrant in FMCG space, and in the past few years, ITC had to invest much to establish the brands. Now these brands have started giving yields, and it is a sweet spot where ITC is in. All these factors have contributed in ITC becoming number one in FMCG space in food sector. But from what can you expect the future growth prospects of ITC? It is from exports. ITC has already established its presence in exports in agri-business. Now it is taking steps to ensure the FMCG end products are being available in foreign countries. ITC has established its distribution network in over 60 countries in various degrees of maturity. In proximal markets, ITC is looking for intense market development, investing more and even to acquire new brands. In Nepal, ITC already have a subsidiary named Surya Nepal Private Limited, and they started to manufacture FMCG products. The PLI scheme of government has provided further fillip to ITC's exports across categories. Imagine what will be the leverage for ITC if ITC can establish its brand in foreign countries. As explained, ITC has a well-planned strategy in place for future. They have a guideline for next 50 years of product development. It is expected that the commodity price inflation is cooling off and the rural demand will pick up soon. All these factors are favoring ITC. With great foundations in place, ITC can be a good investment opportunity. The signs are visible through recent achievement of higher sales in FMCG food space in India. As per my calculation, in the next few years, ITC will start getting results for its investment as the FMCG business matures and hotel demerger lessens its burden. I hope you have found this video informative. I would be glad if you can share your views about the content as comments so that I can make necessary improvements. I will be super excited if you can share my views with your friends and families and help them in making better investment choices. I hope you all will subscribe to my channel to get more related contents. See you in next video. Stay tuned. Bye.